Hi, this is Derek again from mostinterestinglife.com. I'm heading to the gym again. I figured I'd do a quick video. And this video is about how do you skydive, bungee jump, hang glide, or do anything like that, especially if you're afraid to do so. This video isn't about the technicalities of how to put your parachute on, like all the ways to land. No, this is how to get yourself to do an extreme activity that you want to do. Do something that you would want to have done in your life, but you might be hesitating, you might be nervous and scared, and this is how I've done it. When I was younger, I was really scared of heights. On the playgrounds growing up, when they had little jungle gyms or things you could climb on top of, I wouldn't go on a lot of it because I was just naturally very scared of being high up and going on heights. Lots of these things scared me. But I learned to overcome that. I've gone skydiving, I've gone bungee jumping, I've gone hang gliding, parasailing, I've done reverse bungees. Any sort of crazy thing that's out there that you can do or that I've encountered and that I could have done, I've won and done it. And I still felt afraid doing it, but I learned how to manage that fear and not let it get in the way and not let it freak me out. Fear is there for a reason. It's so that we don't do crazy things and get ourselves killed. But you have to realize that there are a lot of things today, like the skydiving and bungee jumping, that they are very safe. Statistically speaking, it's very, very unlikely that you would die doing any of those activities. So it's pretty much an irrational fear that's a holdover from evolutionary times, that we still feel fear of things that are really pretty safe. So anyway, how to do it. The first thing to do is just decide that, hey, I want to go skydiving, I want to go bungee jumping, I want to do these things. Make a decision. Just decide. Once you've decided, you have to figure out if these things are close to you. Where can you do them? When I first went bungee jumping, I didn't realize how hard it would be for me to find a place I could go bungee jumping. I live in New York, and I did a search, and I could not find a single place in New York that had bungee jumping. Then I had gone to Las Vegas, and I heard that they had a bungee jump at the Stratosphere. But when I went there, they didn't have it. They got rid of it. I'm not sure if they even still have it now, but I couldn't do it there. Then I went to Mexico. I went to Cancun, I heard they had a bungee, but there was some big storm or hurricane that had happened around the time when they got rid of the platform. It was finally when I was in Thailand. I was coming back from an elephant ride. I was on one of the highways. I had a car that was driving me, and I saw a sign that said bungee, and I asked the driver, I said, what's going on with it? He said, yeah, it's very good. It's a European-owned, insured company. So that was the first time I went bungee jumping. If you look on the Most Interesting Life website, you can see a couple of the pictures of me doing the bungee jump there. But I finally did it, so it was hard to find. Where I live, there are more skydiving companies, so I was able to do that from there. So find a place that does it, and make sure that you can do it. Or if you're going on a vacation and you find out they have some things you want to do that are available, then fine. At least you know where you can do it. Next thing is to find out when do they offer these things. What days of the week, what times of day. Find out the where and the when. And after you've done that, the next thing to do is just, figure out the price, make sure it's something that you can afford. I mean, skydiving can be a little expensive for a lot of people. It can be around the $200 range, and for some people, that's a lot of money for just a small thing, some not. So, I mean, you need to find the price and make sure that it's something you could do. So anyway, after that, you call them up, and you schedule a time that works for you. It's good to find friends that also want to do it. I mean, I know tons of people that love to go skydiving again. Lots of people would, so ask around, and it's more fun when you get a group of people to go, and you're less likely to back out. And find a time that works for you, call up and schedule it. I know a lot of this stuff sounds very basic, but I mean, this is how you do it. You just go through step by step. You find a place, you figure out when you could go, how much it is. You just step by small step is how you do it. So anyway, you book it, and then a big thing after that is just don't freak out. I mean, you could look into videos on YouTube or such, or tips online on how to do the technicalities. Like, for example, when you go skydiving, they say to make your body like a banana. you're more likely to do a tandem with someone, so you're attached to a professional person. So your job is basically not to mess things up, not to be mess up the aerodynamics. So you keep your hands on your chest a lot, and then at a certain point you keep your arms like this. It's very simple, but it's good to just know what you're going to need to be doing. Bungee jumping is pretty much just jump when they tell you to jump. That's a pretty easy thing to do. So anyway, you've found a place, you've scheduled it. The next thing you do is don't overthink it. Don't think about it too much crazy. Try to think about it as little as possible up until the date when you're actually going to do the activity. Because if you just think about it and if you're scared of it, it's just going to freak you out. It's going to be unproductive. So try not to think about it at all. You know the fact that, hey, I'm going to go skydiving, bungee jumping, hang gliding, whatever in this date, but don't think about it too much. Don't think about the fears or what if. Hey, you've committed to this. You're doing it, and that's that. So don't think about it until you're actually doing it. So you go to the place on the day when you're doing it. You show up. They're going to tell you instructions. Listen to the instructions. This is all you should focus on, is just listen to the simple, easy instructions, which are pretty much don't do anything stupid. With the skydiving, they tell you where to put your arms and everything. Just listen and just focus on that. Don't think about how scary it is. Don't think about any nonsense like that. Just think about the little simple instructions that you're supposed to do. And then don't think about it until you're actually doing it. Don't think about it until you just think about the simple steps. With the bungee jump, say, okay, I'm going to inch my way up to the ledge, because your legs are tied together usually, so you got to inch your way up to the ledge that you're going to jump off of. I've gone bungee jumping twice. Once in Thailand, which was the first time that I talked about, and that was off of a giant crane that was over a lake, and that one was a little bit easier than the second time I went, because in Thailand there were little handrails I could hold on to, and it was just more comfortable doing that. The second time was in Costa Rica, and it was off this bridge, and I had to inch up off this metal beam, and it just felt like I could have fallen off before I jumped. So it could work a lot of different ways. Both worked out well, but I was out on the second time bungee jumping. I was sort of freaking myself out because I was overthinking, instead of just, all right, step by step, inch my way up. When they jump. And then when you're in the air flying and you feel like you're flying, that's when you can think about it, and then you'll feel wonderful. But do not overthink it before then. So you show up, you listen to the rules, and you just think about that, and you just follow the rules. Don't think about anything else but that. You keep, in martial arts, they call it having a no mind, or having a zen mind, where you just not letting other thoughts freak you out. You just relax, breathe, and just think about the simple instructions they give you, and you go and you do it. You jump off the bungee, you do what you're supposed to do with the skydiving. The skydiving is kind of easy in a lot of ways, because you're doing it the first couple of times, you're doing tandem. You're attached to a professional person who's done it usually a few thousand times. So what are the odds that you're going to be the one that messes everything up? Possible, but very, very unlikely. I mean, everyday life is more dangerous than that. So I will say with skydiving, the one weird thing was being in a small plane with a bunch of other people, and it's just, you see people disappear if there are people going ahead of you. If you're not the first person, it's just, you're in an airplane, and you can see that they have the door on the side open, and you just see people disappearing. It's one moment maybe there are 20 people on the plane, and then there's 18, 16, 14 as pairs of the tandem people go out. That's kind of crazy. So it's just like a weird thing, but I'm glad I've done all these things. I'm sure that if you go skydiving, bungee jumping, hang gliding, any sort of these extreme activities, you'll be glad you did afterwards. It just adds to you as a person. After you've done it, you're a person that's gone skydiving, that's gone bungee jumping. It makes you more interesting. Like, the whole point of this YouTube channel and the site is, how do you become more interesting, especially for the everyday average person? There are lots of ways to become more interesting, and doing extreme activities like this is one way to set yourself apart from the majority of people out there. And that's what becoming interesting is about, is just finding more and more ways to make yourself more and more interesting than everybody else. And it really does not take much. It's amazing how little it takes to become a more interesting person than everybody else. So like most things in life, you just got to break things down into steps. With the skydiving, bungee jumping, and all these extreme activities, you just break it down into micro steps. If the whole idea of it sounds overwhelming, you break it down into finding a place, finding where it is, when you can do it, just scheduling it, finding some people that want to go with you, just showing up. Break it down into micro steps. Focus just on the next tiny micro step, and before you know it, you'll have done it. And it's as easy as that. So again, I always say, when in doubt, do it. And as long as it's not something too crazy, too dangerous, or too destructive, you'll more likely become a bigger person from it. You'll look back on your life when you're 90 years old and you'll say, you know what, I did a lot of crazy fun things and I'm glad I did. It'll give you more stories to tell, and it'll give you a more interesting life. So that's all I have to say for today. If you like this video at all, just please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, go to my site to do all those things. It's always greatly appreciated. And until next time, stay interesting.